Trying to retreat into the void so it can heal. Follow it and stop it. That's the way. Break it down, body and soul.
That device is insufficient. You are directed to secure and employ additional.
Hey everyone, just a short video on how to do ridiculous damage with your operator. So it revolves primarily around your arcanes and not your weapon, although I choose this 747, or the order that's here is 774, but it's more popularly known as 747, Clamora Fad Certus. It's great for resurrecting yourself, for close range fights, for hordes of enemies. Otherwise, my second favorite is this one, which uses the 7 brace for pure crit, Raplac Prism, so that's the primary, it's a sort of laser. You can get huge crits. I've had like 100,000 on a Void Angel and more. And the proper scaffold, I would never get that again. It's a fat energy bomb that does some decent damage, but it can also knock you over, and there's just better scaffolds available. That's the weapon part of it. You've heard my preference. Now onto the operator and amp. So you get this from Little Duck, I believe it is. It's not too hard to maintain. You just void dash a bunch of times, and then you get 210% heat damage additionally, because 7 times 3, right? Add 2 zeros. Void Sling, do some insane crowd control on 10 enemies within 15 meters for 4 seconds. Very, very useful. I actually stopped using self-healing in the form of Elevate, which you get from Cetus. A lot of people use this to restore health on their Warframe. Didn't find it necessary anymore. Wanted to go for more damage. Now, the big boys. Eternal Eradicate. Every time you use an operator ability, plus 60% damage, it's simply better than things like Conditional Virtuous Strike, which doesn't proc that often. It procs an okay amount when you have a super fast firing weapon like the 747, but yeah. Back in the day though, it used to be the OG, right? You had Virtuous Strike and Virtuous Fury, I think. Or no, Virtuous Shadow, right? For the crit chance and the crit damage. But now those have been superseded by Eternal Eradicate and Eternal Onslaught. This is a really big dude, right? So you have 5 ranks of it. At max rank, you're almost guaranteed. I think you are actually guaranteed because weapon has innate crit chance as well. You're guaranteed orange crits. You have to consume all of your energy. All is counted as if you have less than quarter remaining. If you have less than 25% remaining, that's called energy depleted. You can also completely deplete it with Void Strike, of course, instantly, but basically just spam your first or second ability 4 times and this will trigger. You get guaranteed orange crits and start doing like 50k DPS with your operator. It's quite nutty. So there's really not that much more to know about the operator damage. You're going to want to earn decent amount of focus every day, and Unairu is the most consistent damage and also has a lot of tankiness. Can simply cancel all enemy armor, cancel all enemy shields, and you can self-res really easily. You can make yourself immortal with Unairu as well. And yeah, here's the consistent damage. Every time you caustic strike to armor strip, you get a little Unairu wisp that gives you and allies within affinity range plus 100% operator damage. If you want insane amounts of bursts, you're going to pick Madurai. This is a school for fighting angels, void angels, fallen angels, of course. Void Strike, your way to victory, basically. 1000% more damage for 8 seconds. If you combo it with Contamination Wave first, right, you do... I'm not sure how the maths work exactly, but I think the two multiply each other. So instead of 1050%, it's like 1500%. And yeah, that's basically more or less all there is to it. These are senior waybound, meaning they're active for every school. That's why I'm advising you to really farm focus. And you can also get focus like this way, right? 33. Have an obsession with the number 33. Or not really, but let's just pretend I do. It's cooler and edgier, right? These are eidolon parts. They're not capped. You can use as many as you want. I'm not going to waste all of those right now because I might need them. But these are just from a few nights in the Plains of Eidolon. And I don't mean real time. I mean, there's 1 hour and that's counted as a night. So we did 3x3s, so 9 eidolons, and got tons of those focus parts. Most people just go for the 400k or whatever it is you get per day. But if you want to get all the waybounds really quickly and, you know, you maxed out in another school and this is too slow, go farm some eidolons and power up. Last but not least, if you swap between Drifter and Operator, it will keep the school the same. Like, doesn't remember, there's not a unique school for the switch, but what is unique is the arcanes, right? So you can have like this set I had with Magus Agres because there's a very interesting little, probably unintended feature with stat stick pseudo exalted weapons like Slash Dash, Korra's Whip Claw, and so on. If you're using this arcane, it counts as an infinite heavy blade crit. The consecutive attacks never run out. But too much said. I'm going to end the video here. Hope you really learned something on how to do crazy damage with your operator. And yeah, of course, the arcanes I showed you, the Eternal Onslaught ones, they're not too expensive, but if you want to get them yourself, just go to Zariman, and especially Void Cascade mode, or dissolve a bunch of, if you're that far already, if they're in the Sanctum Anatomica, dissolve a bunch of arcanes for Phosphor and then trade them for the Zariman ship ones. Peace out. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, anything like that. Really helps the channel out to grow, making content every day.